Hi, I'm Claire from Chancellor Coaching. Today let's explore the seventh card in the Major Arcana, known as the Chariot. Now when I see this card, immediately I know that the spirit world is asking the sitter to move forward according to their own truth. When we reflect about where the Fool has been on the journey through the cards, the previous card was the Lover's card, which was all about choice. If I take you back very quickly back to the Lover's card, the Fool had the choice to either choose a new path with a new partner, what that would look like, or they had the choice to stay on their own original path, the one that was set in motion when they were quite little. And so with the Chariot here, a decision has been made. We're moving forward into the world, but more with that masculine energy of the how. How are we going to move forward? And the spirit world is asking us to start to include some of our intuitive abilities, not so much having to rely on our senses, but to know what our higher self wants us to do, connect back into our purpose. We see that more with the next card, with the Strength and connecting more into that divine feminine. But let's reflect on the Chariot, since that's what we're exploring today. Now, there's some fascinating symbology in the Chariot. The Chariot itself, a little bit like today's car, represents our small self or our body. The being there, that masculine, that's standing in the car or in the Chariot, represents our higher self. The sphinxes down the bottom, they represent the senses. They represent our they represent our ability to connect to our senses and the secret within our senses, how to explore this world. And so we can see that, and the other thing there that isn't in the picture is the reins. Now the reins would represent our mind, the mind on how we move forward. And so in this particular card, the Chariot, he is not holding onto the reins that represents the mind. It is that trust within our higher self that can connect back into the sphinxes, connect back into the secrets of how we are in this world, and to trust that ability to move forward. And I'm probably going really, really quite complicated here, but let me break it down to really simple. So the Chariot here is telling us that we need to make a decision moving forward. We need to be certain within ourselves about what that path is and not so concerned on the how, opening ourselves to what it would be like to invite the possibility of moving forward in a way that's true to us. Hope that makes sense. So the message here in the spirit world, the message here from the spirit world is asking you, who is in control? It's time to assess and evaluate, how you're moving forward and according to whose truth. Yours? Somebody else's? All of the shoulds and obligations of the past? It's time to connect back into that spiritual self-discipline, to connect back into your inner knowing, so that you can direct the sphinxes in either direction in the way that's right for you. In a relationship reading, this can represent the confidence that you need to express yourself, to express your needs, and to master your emotions so that you can curb any kind of impulsive reactions or reactions or judgments there. In a relationship reading, it's saying here that you're probably pulled in two different directions and you need to come back to what is right for you, and not so much what's right for the partner, what's right for your children, what's right because your parents said so, what's right for you, and to find that connection to your higher self, that you know that this is the right path moving forward. I know a lot of moving forward, right? So the team are just joking here and saying, like, this is like a teenager getting their P's for the first time and going on a road trip without mum watching it, how you drive, or without being assessed. It's just like that, time to be a bit selfish, like go and have fun, go and be who you want to be. Okay, they're just saying here, and as a single person reading in a relationship, this would be like, yes, it's time to go on that cruise holiday or that adventure holiday, to just have a bit of fun, bring that sparkle back to your world. Woohoo! In a health reading, then Oh, sorry, I'm actually going to go reverse. If this comes up in reverse, it's telling us that there's too much scattered energy, lack of direction, lack of lack of decision. You're lost in how to create your goals. In fact, you probably know more about what you don't want than what you do want, and you probably need a coach, a therapist, a healer, somebody here to help you clear that path forward, so the goal moving forward feels like it's golden. Spirit will go, yes, ding. So if this card is coming up in reverse and you're doing a health reading, it can represent vertigo, that confusion, the overwhelm. There's too much going on. You're sabotaging your own plans because you don't know how to prioritize what's important to you. It can represent food allergies because you're always needing to be on guard, feeling like the outside world or the thing that you can support to nurture your body from outside of you coming in has an energy of restricting your energy. I can go more into the food allergies on another video, but the Chariot here represents the inability to nurture yourself from the inside out, and so you're going to manifest in food allergies. It can represent food poisoning, that you've been on the path too much to struggle and feeling blocked by people to get yourself on the path that you want. Gosh, that was complicated. And it can represent incontinence or inflammation, a fear of an authority figure, fear of being able to value your own personal opinion moving forward. So there's a lot going on with the inability to put yourself first. So let's go into the symbology of the Chariot. We've got the yellow skies in the background. It's quite hopeful for the future. We've got the beautiful whites there, which is that purity and the peace and the peaceful authority. We've got the black of the Sphinx there, which is the tolerance, the formality. So we've got a bit of a duality thing going on. The spirit world would be telling us that we're stuck in the polarity and the judgment of what's right and what's wrong, and need to rise above that to be able to forge the way moving forward. As I said earlier, the Sphinx is about the senses, knowing the secrets of how to move forward in this reality. Anything else there, guys? The town in the background tells us that there are other people going on in the sitter's life at the moment that's keeping it hard for them to move forward, or that we need to connect. We need to find the right supportive people to give us that mentorship and that guidance. And anything else there, team? And they're just saying here how he's still wearing his armor across his ribs. There may be a level of fear that's sitting there under the rib cage, but he's not going to let anybody else know that. That's his own internal battle that he's working through. So when it comes to the Chariot, this person is at a crossroads. How do we put ourselves forward? Which direction do we want to go towards that is in alignment with our own truth? And putting ourselves first, and knowing that when we hold our head up high, we follow our intuition, it's part of the bigger picture. The people that we support that are around us need us to take that lead. And that magnificent energy that you know to be true. I'm Claire from Chancellor Coaching. I hope that makes sense, and I will talk to you later.